Good morning, class. As done, we are done with the explanation of chapter 8, that is the wise men of Ramnagar. And we have also written the word meanings and the hard words of that in our notebook. Now, today we are going to start with the answer the following questions of chapter 8, the wise men of Ramnagar, in our notebooks. Now, before starting, now we are going to write first 5 answer of chapter 8 in our notebooks, that is A, B, C, D and E today in our notebooks. Now let us begin with the question and answer in our notebooks. Now, as we have done the hard words and word meanings in our notebooks, and we have completed that also. Now today we are going to continue with answer the following questions. In this, first of all what you all are going to do is put today's date, classwork, chapter number 8, answer the following questions. Question A is, did the people of Ramnagar have any enemies? This question is saying that are the people of Ramnagar are having any enemies or not? Answer is no, the people of Ramnagar did not have any enemies. This is saying that the people of Ramnagar didn't have any enemies because they didn't trouble anyone, neither any of them troubled them. Not they troubled anyone, neither any of the villagers troubled them. Okay, now question A, did the people of Ramnagar have any enemies? Answer for this is no, the people of Ramnagar didn't have any enemies. Now let us move to question B. Where was the new road going to be built? Answer. You have to tell in this question that where was the new road? The new road which was decided to be built and going to pass through the village of Ramnagar, you have to tell that the new road was going to be built between their town and another town about 20 miles away. This answer is saying that the new road is going to be built between their town. Between their town means between their village and another town also. It is going to pass between that village and about 20 miles away. It is going to be about 20 miles away. Question B is, where was the new road going to be built? The new road was going to be built between their town and another town about 20 miles away. Now I hope these two answers are clear to all of you. Let us move to question C. Question C is saying, what were the men doing with the rope and the cup? This question is asking that you have to tell that what were the men who were standing on the rivers. What were they doing? The men were holding a thick rope which stretched across the river. In the middle, someone had tied a cup to carry out water from the river. Now, I hope you all remember that the men standing on both sides of the river were having a thick rope in their hands. Both were having a thick rope in their hands which stretched across the river. In the middle, someone had tied a cup which the cup which is tied in between is used to carry out water from the river. Now this answer is clear to all of you. I hope this answer is clear to all of you. Question C is, what were the men doing with the rope and the cup? Answer for this is, the men were holding a thick rope which stretched across the river. In the middle, someone had tied a cup to carry out water from the river. That cup had been tied to carry out the water from the river. I hope this answer is clear to all of you. Now let us move to question D. Question D is, what were the villagers doing with the pen knives? This question is saying that after taking out the water from the river, what were the villagers doing with the pen knives? That means pen knife is a type of a knife which can be carried in a hand and can be folded also. Answer for this is, the villagers were busily working on the trunk. Each had a small penknife in his hand and was cutting the wood. The villagers were very busy in cutting the hand. I hope you all remember the story. The villagers were very busily working on the trunk. That trunk was about 2 meters wide and they were cutting that trunk using a penknife, and it will take hours. But when the district officer have asked that why they are doing in this way, they said that it is slow and it is a good method because it always worked for them, as they always do this type of work only. Now, question D is, what were the villagers doing with the pen knives? Answer for this is, the villagers were busily working on the trunk. Each had a small pen knife in his hand and was cutting the wood. And each and everyone was cutting the wood. I hope this answer is clear to all of you. Now let us move to question E. Question is, what were the villagers doing with the ants? This question is saying that after the cutting of wood, what they have seen and what they were doing with the ants. There was a long line of a women walking to and from an ant hill. There was a long line which was being made on the ant hill. Each woman was carrying a basket. The first woman in the line stepped up to the ant hill and took an ant from the moist earth. Then she puts the ants in her basket and carried it away. I hope you all remember the story which I have explained you. This answer is saying that there was a big line made on the ant hill, and each and every woman who was passing from there was carrying a basket in his hand. The first woman who was passing thereby, the first woman who was standing in the line stepped first and take an ant, a single ant from the moist earth. That means the wet earth was there. He took a single ant from that wet earth and then she puts it in her basket. After taking it up, he puts it in the basket and then carried it away from the ant hill. I hope this answer is clear to all of you. Question E is, what were the villagers doing with the ants? Answer is, there was a long line of women walking to and from an ant hill. Each woman was carrying a basket. The first woman in the line stepped up to the ant hill and took an ant from the moist earth. Then she puts the ant in her basket and carried it away. Now, you have to write from question A to question E today in your notebooks. Now, I hope all the answers which I have explained you are clear to all of you. After writing each and every question, form a line at the end of each question. Now, after completing it, homework for you all is to learn the hard words of chapter 8, that is the wise men of Ramnagar, thoroughly. Thank you.